And I ask people, do you think you have a critical thinking mind?
Yeah.
Cool. So I ask you, do you understand the element of water? You know, how it's always leveled and always has to be contained. That's something we could assess from our own eyes, our own critical thinking mind, right? Something we see every day. It always finds its own level. This is how water works, right? So then I ask you, do you think you live in a magical spinning ball? Gravity, right? You heard about gravity, right? But gravity is just a theory, though. You know what actually explains gravity is buoyancy and density. Buoyancy and density is why we're still here. We're more dense than the medium that we're in. Helium and hot air rise because it's less dense than the air that's in.
Are you saying that we're on a flat Earth?
I am saying we don't know what we're in, you know, because we do know that it's not round, spherical shape, because we do know that the water is always completely level. People have tried to find out at what point in the ocean water starts curving. It doesn't. We've tested it and tested it. It doesn't curve at all. There's no proof of a curvature. They do say it's 8 miles inches squared. So for every mile, you know, it'll be 816 and it goes up squared.
Okay, buddy, I guarantee if there was a drone that was flying right here and it had the ability to go straight up and keep going and was able to show a camera.
They've done that, yeah.
They've done that.
They've shown
that
there is no curvature.
There's no curvature.
There's a complete horizon. Like when you're on a plane, what you're gonna see is a flat plane. You're not gonna see, if you live in a ball, it will start curving from every direction, wouldn't it? Once you got higher.
Okay, you're talking about a planet that is so massively big.
But there is a measurement.
You
should be able to measure it, right?
Should be able to measure it? Why don't you look it up and see?
I mean, 8 inches miles squared is what they tell you. But we can see from upstate the horizon of Manhattan. I mean the skyline of Manhattan from upstate is 60,000 miles away. It should be over 12,000 miles of curvature, and it still doesn't calculate.
Okay, the scale that we are on Earth is like a cell on a kickball trying to see the kickball.
I know.
Your eye cannot see that.
But I'm saying, but you could have said that water never bends. So you do think at one point water starts bending to conform itself to itself, like under the earth and everything. Can you assess that could happen on this earth with experiments?
Okay. The way that water works is that it fills the void. We have so much water on Earth, 75%, I think.
It's all leveled. Yes, sir. It's all completely leveled.
So it's filling all of the space that all of the trenches, all of the crevices.
I can show you an image of a cup with a rock in it and another cup that's empty, and those crevices will still be filled, but the water on top will still be completely leveled.
Okay, another unrealistic thing that I can't do but can guarantee you. If I keep on walking one direction and for some reason can walk on water and can keep walking and 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 walking, if I went in the same exact direction,
like across a big pond or something. Yeah.
I'll find myself right back here.
Oh, the thing is that the Earth has never been circumnavigated from north to south, ever. You could research it. It has done from east to west. You could go around the block of your neighborhood and go to the same point.
So what shape do you think we're on?
I'm saying we do know the water is completely flat and it doesn't go under, it doesn't start curving down, dipping down. And the way we always see things dip, like being lost into perspective. You know, you take out a zoom camera and you can zoom from whatever the bottom of it is to the top. It's done before. They have it online. From a P900 camera is the big camera that's been doing this.
Yeah, give me that site and I'll look at that.
I mean, one video that I could show you that will teach you that and much more is a video called 200 Proofs the Earth is Not a Spinning Ball by Eric Dubay. It's about 2 hours long. It will explain to you from A to Z how we've been indoctrinized to think the way we do and analyze the world we live in and accept it as how they have been given it to us. You know, it's a big thing. You know, knowing where we're living at is very important. You know, what I do think is that we're the center of everything. You know, and that's what we feel that we are. You know, the North Star, Polaris, has never ever moved. You know, yet we're told that we're just spinning uncontrollably around the universe endlessly. And they do tell us the universe is endless, and you accept that, right? Like the
Do
universe.
you think the stars are spinning balls?
We can't assess the spheres, though. You know, we can't see lights. You can see the moon. You can see a disc. You can't assess that it's a sphere, though.
Do you think the moon is a ball in the sky?
You can't assess that it's a three-dimensional ball. You can't
You can't?
assess that it's a sphere, round,
Are you saying that we're like on the Truman Show or something like that?
something like that. Yes, sir.
You think that we're on
in
the
a
Truman
mass
Show?
scale, massive scale.
In
Yes,
a
sir.
massive scale, you think we're on the Truman Show?
I mean, we've been accepting the reality we have because we have gadgets and things to conform to us. And we've been taught in a certain way since we're 4 years old. We've been given a ball, but we've never questioned it, ever. You know? So, you know, this is something that's blowing up on YouTube. Millions and millions of viewers.
Okay, so say that you've seen the Truman Show.
I actually haven't seen it. I've seen the concept of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you're gonna use this analogy, you
Yeah.
have to watch the Truman Show.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
my question for you right now is: there's a moment where Truman realizes exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay, say that you're right. I'm
Yeah.
saying say that you're right. Say that we're on a huge Truman Show. Once you find out
What to do now, right?
exactly
I'm saying,
what's
I
your
think
end game?
revolutions are made by minds, not by wars, fighting. Once you assess your reality and that you're a lot more precious than what they've been told you that you are, which you're a speck of dust in the universe, you know, which is not true. We're not spinning, we're not moving. We feel that we're not moving, and that's what our critical mind feels and knows. We look at water, we know it's completely level. That's what our critical mind knows and sees. All the other stuff comes down to belief, a belief of something. You've been giving a guy with a bow tie, a scientist, saying, "Hey, I know the numbers. Trust me, you wouldn't know. You have to go to college for 20 years for that." Even if somebody went for 20 years to college, they're just being taught what the next guy was teaching them. They're not thinking critically, seeing and observing. You
So
know?
you think that if there was a camera that was able to go up and up and up and
They
up
have.
and up,
The thing is, we need a wide lens camera, not like a fisheye lens, like GoPros. So there have been many private rockets and private hot air balloons going up and to see to test if there is actually a curvature. No curvature has been found at all. You know, you should go look it up yourself. A picture of this Earth. Do you realize there is no picture of this Earth? No snapshot of this actual Earth we live in. Do you know that?
yeah, I don't have the information on hand of exactly what you're talking about.
I'm
but
talking
that
about
doesn't
the,
exactly.
you know, the
that
blue,
doesn't
the blue
prove you
marble.
right though. You have to understand
No,
that.
I'm saying
right?
I'm not saying I am right. I'm saying I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm saying we're questioning what we've been taught as blunt belief, as faith. That people don't think it's faith. People think, oh, it's facts. People think it's facts, but I'm saying it's blunt belief, almost like a religion. You know, we defend it as a god. Oh, gravity does it. Oh, you're dumb because you don't know gravity. You don't understand gravity. But I do understand gravity, buoyancy and density. I mean,
That's what keeps us standing. Right.
that's what they tell us. I mean, gravity, that's how our beliefs, how strong our beliefs are, you know, on this gravity. That if it wasn't for gravity, you couldn't be standing here. But the truth is, things are a lot simpler just as you assess them right now. They're that simple. What you see is what you see is probably true what you think it is, you know?
So you don't think that there's a scientific force that would keep me from?
It has never been proven.
You mean it hasn't been proven that if you jump off a building,
Your
you
dense
send-
body, through this medium of oxygen that's more dense, so it goes down. But go through a helium balloon, go straight up out the window, straight off the building,
but you drop the balloon and you go
full of helium.
It's a lot of helium, buddy.
No, a small helium balloon, you pop it out of a building, it will go straight up until it pops. I mean, that gravity-defying object, as much as I know it. Hot air is a gravity. That's how hot air balloons. Put hot air into the balloon, keeps rising. That's the only way it works. You know, so that's something we could observe. You know, that's science. That's something you can measure. You know, you can't measure it. You ever seen the Milky Way for yourself? The Milky Way, you know, but it's something
Send
that.
satellites out and took pictures.
Can you
of it.
prove of a satellite that's out there floating right now?
Okay, just because you're not there to witness every single thing that history has done does not mean that it hasn't happened.
But
Now,
they say
I
there's-
wasn't around for the
yeah.
American Revolution, but for some reason I'm standing in the United States of America.
That's what
and
we've been told.
Tell me,
yeah,
and they tell me that all of this stuff happened and people died.
You know, that's how they manipulate people with emotions.
Oh, with emotions.
People are manipulated with emotions. That's one of the ways media portrays and takes control of people.
So you've witnessed history.
As much as you know.
How old are you?
I'm thinking, you know, the 9/11 towers, right? Were you there?
9/11.
Were you there when it happened?
No, I was in elementary school.
Me too. But were you there? Did you see the planes actually hit the building?
I saw footage. Like I said,
exactly. Like people could show you footage of people landing on the moon. People could show you footage of Bigfoot or a leprechaun.
This is definitely the wrong city for you to be making that assessment, because you will bump into people that saw those buildings fall down.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's not the fact that they got demolished because Building 6 also went down right after that with no plane, and they said it had to be torn down because it was damaged. But it was all stories, it's all media stories. Obviously, our emotions are not gonna let us. Oh yeah, terrorists did it, but our own society did it actually. That's how deep in control they are with us.
If you don't trust the media, and you don't.
I mean, we don't have an option. We don't have an option.
Who do you trust?
I trust my own senses. What I see, what I smell.
I'm guessing you have a group of people that agree in the same sense,
I mean,
right?
There's people all over the world.
Right, but you have friends in this
No,
city.
I've actually lost friends because of that. Trust me.
Okay.
Because
no, I just didn't know if you had like a
No,
group of
I don't have a
that...
cult. Because you know what is a cult? What we live in now. Because as soon as we stop believing in gravity and all that stuff, you kicked out and ridiculed. That's what a cult is.
I believe in free media. The freedom
You
for
guys are
people
all-
to think what they want. You can think exactly what you're thinking. You have the right for that.
But that's why
your right.
that's why
And
we
you have the right to write something down
yeah.
about it.
That's why
and
we
people have the right to read it.
Yeah, but because all these rights, you know, people understand them, and everybody's right now. So that's what the people in control want to happen. They want everybody to be right. Pick a color, pick a religion, pick a science if you want. Just believe it and keep on with your everyday life.
What's wrong with freedom?
Because we could be living in a world with 12 continents, and we've been told there's only 5. And we could just be in the factory of, you know,
Where's the number 12 coming from?
We're not saying we don't. There's a Buddhist map, the ancient Buddhist map that shows more than the 5 continents that we're living in right now, you know. And the thing is that if the Earth is flat, we don't know whether there's an edge or if there's ice barrier, or we're like in a pond kind of thing with the sun and the moon revolving around us, you know. But we do know that we're not moving and everything is moving in the sky around us. And that's what we see. And they tell us, oh no, you wouldn't understand because you're too little. But the thing is, we couldn't see the sun is localized, the moon is localized because a cloud could cover it, you know. It's right there, you know. It's right there. And you'll be lying to yourself and say, no, it's 96,000 miles away. And it's giant. And we're revolving around it. I mean, that's something we came to believe without a question, you know. And then through science, every time scientists have been proven wrong and wrong and wrong and wrong again. Every time. So we get to a point that we can't question the world that we live in anymore. We can't question money anymore. We can't question what we eat anymore. I mean, that's what we're becoming into. That so much freedom is dangerous too. Anything is dangerous in large quantities, you know. But it's not up to you changing everybody else. It's up to you changing yourself. You know, that's why you were willing to talk to me. You're a critical thinking mind. Maybe you like science. Maybe you like history, like I do. I'm passionate about that. So I want to assess the world that I live in. You know, and I feel a lot better. I sleep a lot better knowing that I'm more special. I have to take care a lot more of my body now. You know, I see things differently now. I haven't changed. I'm not that hungry for money anymore. I want to make enough money to survive and do something good, have meaning in my purpose in my life. I'm good with that. It's all I need. It makes me happy, you know. So sometimes we might just, you know, be misled by our own thoughts. We think things we know nothing about. That's why we could be misled by our own thoughts. You know, we're blind. So I mean, just research it for yourself. You know, 200 reasons the ball is not a spinning ball is one of the best ones. There's a lot more. The history of the flat Earth. A lot of videos are really, really, you know, 5 stars for me. But right now I have a channel called Awakening from Mind Control. You can watch this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. You know, Awakening from Mind Control, 4 words. Look it up, all right, bro? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
You too.
All right.